Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's video we have a very affordable look using some dollar products, some $1.88 products, some beauty supply store products. I tried to keep it as affordable as I could. So heads up, this was a struggle, but I think we made it through, which is the important part. It's the part that matters. So if you want to see what products I used and how I was able to achieve this look, make sure you keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys. Hi guys, so welcome to another video. So starting right off, I have this AOA. It's kind of like a lip. I wouldn't call it a scrub because it doesn't have any like sugar or hard products inside of it. It's more so like a gloss. So I decided to try that. I brushed my eyebrows up. All the brushes I'm using today came from AOA, Shop Miss A, or either Amazon. So I just decided to brush my brows up. We're going to do the brows later. So the first two primers is a no pore primer and a filter primer, both from AOA. Both of them are $1.88. This is probably my first or second time using them. I have not used them a lot. To be honest, I enjoyed both of these primers. The no pore primer was more like a moisturizer, like a cream. Both of them felt like a moisturizer, to be honest. And then the no pore reminded me of the Smashbox primer, if you're familiar with that. So this is a soft base in the color tan from AOA. I tried to make sure I grabbed as much Shop Miss A products as I could because you know they're either $1 or $1.88 or $1.55. So I'm using this base right here. Just the color and the pigment of it reminded me of my JUVIa'sPlace I Prime in number 2. But the consistency of it was like really different because it went on thick to where I felt like whatever light color I put down that it was going to show. But once I went to blend it out, it sheared out like a whole lot, like a whole lot, and it was creasing. So you'll see me eventually, after I finish packing it on with the brush, you'll see me go in with a sponge to kind of like even it out or fix any creases that I might have. So yeah, here I am with the sponge, just trying to make sure. And you can see, do you see the difference between the two? Once I went to pat it out, it kind of like sheared a whole lot. And I went in, I used some AOA eyeshadow palettes, and these were $1.55. And I'm trying to see now because y'all know. So I used the one in Cherry Blossom, and yeah, well, all of them say Cherry Blossom. So which one is that? Oh, they all have Japanese names. So the one I used was HANA right there, and I'm using that brown shade to put in my transition area. And as you can see, it did show up. I didn't have any fallout. It was as pigmented as a dollar eyeshadow pan is going to get you. So I just kept building and building it up. I really had to pack it on to make it work. So using these eyeshadow palettes are achievable, but I'm going to tell you it's going to take some work for you to, you know, get the look that you're looking for. They look beautiful in the pan. The colors look beautiful in the pan, but when applying them, it takes some work. I said I'm going to go in with my JUVIa'sPlace or either my P. Louise base to see if maybe the base was the issue as to why it took so much for me to get these to stick. But yeah, so I'm just putting that in my crease. I wanted today to go for a somewhat of a natural look because I knew I couldn't do a whole lot, so I had to go in with a very natural look. So the next shade was the darkest shade I could find in any other palette, and this looks like it says Hirosaki, PALETTES-HIROSAKI, and it was a cross between a brown and a purple, so it was the deepest color that I could find. So I decided to go ahead and put that in my crease today just to give me some dimension. So I'm packing it on. This is still with a Shopman's A. It was a brush set, and this brush set came with, I think, 10 or either 15 brushes, and they were $10. And they, you know, they come in that big round container. If you've ever shot with Shopman's A, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm just blending that, hopefully getting in my crease, trying to catch any areas that I'm missing. And when I went in with my lid shade, I looked in the pan, and this was from a shade. The palette is called Maruyama. And when I opened the palette, it looked gold because y'all know I love gold. But as you can see, I'm applying it. That doesn't look gold. That looks so silver. So as I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now, I'm swatching it on the back of my hand, and it still looks silver. Nothing, I mean, when you look at it in the pan, it looks gold, but it was silver. So as you can see, I'm trying to force my way through this one because I'm not a big fan of silver, but I'm like, I already got it on there. I'm not gonna turn around now. I was about to give up. Like, eyeshadows, let me know what makes you like throw away the whole look, because I was 2 seconds from just saying never mind and good night. But I pushed through. So yeah, I'm just packing it on, and I find that this brush right here that I'm using is similar to that Wet n Wild flat eyeshadow brush that I don't too much care for. So I noticed that I don't like those type of brushes. I would prefer a fluffy brush. And a tip, y'all, if you're having trouble with your eyeshadow, for me, what works for me is I'll blend the heck out of my outer V into that shade to make it go together, or make it kind of mesh to the point where I'm a little bit comfortable with the eye look. So if I don't like the colors, or the colors aren't doing what I wanted them to do, I'll just blend like crazy. So yeah, I really had to pack it on, and I went on, I think that's my right eye right there, the one I'm doing right now. I went in with my finger because I felt like the product was lifting up. The eyeshadow was lifting up, so I went in and used my finger. So here I am using this LA Color Black Liquid Liner, and it was a brand new tube. I just opened it, and it's $1 at Dollar General. So it lines really well. I love the brush on this. I can use brushes versus a pencil to do a liner with. So the only problem, well, not necessarily a problem, but the only thing about this liner is it's like wet latex. It's not a matte. If they had this in a matte, this would be like a perfect liner, everyday liner. I mean, you could still wear, it depends on what look you're looking for. If you're looking for that shiny look or that latexy look, then this will be great. But if you want matte, this wouldn't be the liner for you. So yeah, I'm just packing that on. Well, not packing that on, I'm just lining my neck. And as you can see, I really never do a drastic wing. As always, I try to keep it really simple. When you do like a hard or dramatic wing, it can take away from your eyeshadow look. And since this eyeshadow look was like way so simple, it was no need for me to do anything dramatic with a wing at all. So yeah. Okay, here I am with some Wet n Wild mascara that was in my stash, and I see why it was in my stash, because it did nothing for my lashes at all. After I finished doing this video, this went in the trash, and this was $1.50 at Dollar General. It's like $1.50 at Dollar General. I don't know what it is about mascara, but mascaras can really be hit or miss. So I finally used the Vita Glow AOA Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Deep, along with a Shopman's $8 brush, foundation brush, and I'm applying. The shade match was good, right? The shade match was good. The feel of it was good. It didn't have any smell or anything at all. But I had to keep in mind that this was just a tinted moisturizer and not to expect any coverage. You all know that I'm really not a full coverage girl. I probably would consider myself to be very medium coverage, and this was light coverage. So it's very beautiful. The shade is very beautiful. The look of it is very beautiful. If you want a full or even medium coverage look, this would not be something you would use. This would be something you need to use if you want light coverage and just to throw on some moisturizer, because that's just what it is, a tinted moisturizer. So I'm doing the other side. It blended, everything blended together well. Now I did think about it. I said that if I were to color correct, this probably could have, you know, gave me a little bit more coverage, but you'll see. I did end up using my Fenty Beauty Pro Matte filter powder only because I needed more coverage, and that was the only powder sitting in front of me that I knew was going to offer me a little bit more coverage. So I'm just blending it out, making sure everything is, I don't have any streaks or lines or any of that. I didn't use my MAC paint pot today because I wasn't going anywhere. I just wanted to do this look to see what I could achieve by using these very affordable products. I have no idea what I was looking for just then. No idea. I didn't put any more product on the brush. I just knew that I needed to blend some more. So, and now the AOA concealers. I used the shade Rich, which is a dark shade, and I thought that it was gonna give me a contour. So here we are trying to contour. Y'all know. They said not, this was too cool, too gray, and it didn't do anything. It wasn't contouring anything. And I was lost. I was like, well, it's showing, you know, like it's showing on my swatch, like it want to pick up, but when I went to apply it, it did nothing. So this is the shade Soft Tan. I had this shade Soft Tan in Nude, and I felt like Soft Tan was the better one to use. It was more golden, and as you can see, it's like bright. This is another thing that is very lightweight, and it's not going to offer you a whole lot of coverage. And I didn't want to build this stuff up, you know. That's the whole purpose of lightweight products, in my opinion. It's not for you to build it up, but for you to have a light makeup look. So I didn't want to build anything up and it turned out cakey. These products this concealer did blend out. I'm using a damp sponge, a damp Car Beauty sponge. As you can see, it did blend out very well. Why do I always like say a one word like 3 or 4 times? I think y'all get the picture. But it did blend out, but it was kind of bright. I'm like, oh, this is really bright, really bright, right? But I kept going. No matter how many times I wanted to give away this look, I just kept going. So I'm using my Ruby Kisses HD Loose Setting Powder in, what is it? It's right in front of me. 03. I was looking for a name. I mean, yeah, a name. I just see the number 03. It's kind of a banana shade. I got this from Amazon. So yeah, I'm using that to highlight with. I figure if the concealer didn't give me like a good highlight, I could always use my powder to give it to me, and which this powder did just fine. I'm just packing it on basically. I don't know, it just says 03, so I don't know. And now I'm going to do my brows. Struggle was real. So I'm using an eyeliner by AMUSE Cosmetics. It's a $1 brush, and it came with brown on one side, black on the other side. So I'm taking the dark brown shade to try to fill in my eyebrows. And the problem I had with this was it was so creamy that I was scared that it was going to smudge. So I was trying to be as light-handed as possible. So here I am just brushing it in, and as you can see, it didn't take much for it to blend out. So, and then this is some AMUSE eyebrow powder, which I don't think I have ever used powder, but I figured like I could set that pencil to where it didn't smudge. I didn't want it to smudge. And the powder, it didn't really do anything. I didn't feel like it did anything. So I took the shades Rich and Tan of those two concealers and mixed them together to give me kind of like a mid-level concealer to conceal my brows with, because I felt like the shape was not there. But if I could conceal it, I could bring the shape and make it, you know, wearable. So that's what you'll see me doing in a minute. You'll see me try to conceal these brows. And I just mixed the shade because I knew Tan was going to be too bright and Rich was too cool and too not me. So if I mix them, I could get like an okay shade to make it look like my eyebrows were done just a little bit. I did the top and the bottom today. You rarely see me do the top of my brows, but I did the top of them today because it was a struggle. When I say I usually can use affordable products, but something about these products today put me to work. I was working hard for the money on using these products right here. Still a Shopman's A brush. So yeah, so now I'm just blending out with another Shopman's A brush to make sure that concealer is blended down into my shadow. I lost some of my shadow, so you'll see me go back in and try to add some shadow to build it back up because I concealed it. And I'm just dancing my way through this, Okay, and now I had to go with my Ruby Kisses gel dark brown liner because that pencil and that powder did absolutely nothing for my brows. So I had to like go in with my liner to give it some type of shape to pull this look together. When I tell you this look was a struggle for me, it was a struggle for me. And I'm used to using affordable products, but it's like these right here, it's just like I had to put in work. And now my eyebrows are looking extra thick, so I'll brush them through so they're not as dark. So now I wanted to take that reddish brown shade to put in my crease where I put the concealer to conceal my brows, so that way I can have like different colors going on. I needed some kind of color, so because to me my brow bone or whatever was looking flat. So yeah, and I just wanted to make sure that all areas were covered. And as you can see, I'm kind of like getting the inner part of my nose to make sure that the eyeshadow is blended towards the bridge of my nose also. So yeah, this is just a fine detail brush from Shopman's A. And then I went in with whatever concealer was still on the back of my hand, and I wanted to apply that kind of like pinky purple shade. I tried like 2 different bright shades out of these palettes and none of them did anything. I went to apply it and it was like I was putting imaginary eyeshadow on my lower lash line. Nothing popped at all. It wasn't showing up, so that's why I'm shaking my head, because it wasn't even picking up on the brush. So I think I tried a different color. That color still wasn't picking up right there. I tried a deep purple. I'm like, okay, well, let me try this darker purple. Since it's a darker color, maybe it will pick up. It did absolutely nothing. So eventually I'm going to pick up my LA Colors, LA Girls Jewels palette, and I still took that kind of pink purple shade, and as you can see, with no issues, no struggle, it popped automatically. So yeah, I don't know it was a struggle for real, it was a real struggle. So yeah, I'm just putting it because I needed a pop of color, because I'm like, okay, well, my eyeshadow, I thought it was gold, it's not gold, it's silver, so I gotta do something that makes me happy with the look. And the only thing that would make me happy was doing a pop of color, since I really wasn't feeling the silver in the look. So I'm just putting some of my Lancome mascara on my bottom lashes, because I wasn't going to pick up that Wet n Wild mascara again. And here I am using the Fenty 410 Pro Matte powder. I needed something to make this not so much more full coverage, but to give me some coverage, because the tinted moisturizer and the concealer gave me no coverage at all. So I'm like, okay, well, if both of those products were lightweight, then I can go on with a full coverage powder, and that will kind of even out the look. So that's what I did, and I was satisfied with that. Very, very satisfied. So this AMUSE blush bronzer in antique something, I'll tell you the name in the description, but it's something. But I needed a flush of color to my cheek. So yeah, I've used this bronzer before. I've had this bronzer forever, so this wasn't something new. And my EYESHADOW. I went in with the same AMUSE pencil, and I'm using the dark brown to semi-line my lips. And I tried an Essence gloss, and I tried my beauty supply store NICKA K in 24 karat gold lip gloss. I was going for a simple glossy lip. Y'all see that brown? That brown is dark, and y'all know I love me a good dark brown, but this was entirely too dark for me. So eventually you'll see me blot my lip, and that kind of settled everything down for me. Yeah, that was a Essence Gloss Bomb or whatever it's called. So yeah, I needed to tone it down. And that's my 24 karat gold lip gloss from the beauty supply store. And then I'll go blot my lips, because I was looking very 90-ish in that. I told you this, I was struggling for real. And I'm just using my sponge to make sure all that spray is settled in to everywhere. And now I went in with my NYX face powder enriched, because I needed some color to my face. I felt like I was looking flat. I didn't have anything else to contour with, so this is the next affordable thing I could find in my stash. So I just used that to contour with today. Okay guys, I'm back. This is the completed look. Let's do a rundown of the products I use. These $1 eyeshadows. I made a look, and as you can see, I had to use my LA Girl Jewels palette to do my lower lash line, because the color from this palette was not showing up at all. So I needed something that was going to make it pop, because that's the look I had going in my head. So I wanted to do that look today. But these shadows, for $1, y'all know I can usually make $1 eyeshadow work for me. But these right here, I'm gonna swatch this kind of navy blue shade right there right quick, just because. Let's see how it swatched. It swatched really beautifully. So I don't know if that is pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I'm not going to talk too soon about it. Maybe it was the base that I tried to use. That was my first time ever trying to use their eyeshadow base. It was creamy like my JUVIa'sPlace I Prep I Prime in number 2, but maybe it just wasn't enough to pick up the color payoff for these shadows. So I'm going to revisit these only because I just swatched this and y'all see how it swatched. I was about to just like get rid of them just that fast, but I'm glad I swatched it. So we'll revisit that. The new tinted moisturizer, it is what it says it is. It is a tinted moisturizer, so don't expect it to cover a whole lot. I went in with my Fenty Pro Matte filter powder in 410 to offer me more coverage because this gave no coverage at all. It was just like a primer in my opinion. I mean, it had color, but the powder, my powder gave me a little bit more coverage I needed to make this look work for me. The concealers were okay. This shade in Rich is too cool for me. As you saw, I tried to contour with it and nothing showed up at all. The highlight shade I used in Soft Tan, it gave me some highlight. It's a very lightweight concealer. Don't expect full coverage or even medium coverage. In my opinion, it's a very lightweight, very lightweight concealer. So this is another thing that I'm going to give another shot. The AMUSE bronzer in Antique Bronze, I have used this before. I've had this in my collection forever. It gave me somewhat some color because I needed some color. You all saw me go in with my NYX powder in Rich to contour with because I needed some color to my face and I didn't have anything, you know, from Shop Miss A or any. It's still affordable, so y'all don't worry about that part. It was still affordable. I'm trying to think of what else I used. This was a brand new LA Color black eyeliner in black. I think the only reason, let me look at it. I think the only reason why I didn't too much, I care for it, it depends on what look I'm doing. Because that has a shiny, it's shiny, it's not matte. So it's just a shiny liner. So that's one reason why I probably don't care for that, but I'm gonna keep using it to see, because I guess it all depends on the look you're going for that day. If you want shiny liner or if you want a matte liner, I always tend to reach for matte, so that's probably why I'll say I don't care for it, but y'all know me. The No Pro primer, I've had this for a minute also. This reminds me of the Smashbox primer, very similar to that. So if you love the Smashbox primer, you'll love this, and it's $1.88, so that's even better. I know I used 2 primers today, y'all. What other one did I use? Oh, I used the Perfect Filter face primer, and it felt more like a moisturizer. This was my first time using this one. This one is $1.88 also, and I think my base turned out really well. Like the base, as you can see, turned out really well. The tinted moisturizer just didn't give me the coverage I was looking for or was expecting. But yeah, that overall, I use this AMUSE Dollar Jumbo Eyeliner, and one side is dark brown and then the other side is black. So I use that. I'm putting some in my waterline while I'm talking to y'all. So I use that. I'm gonna use the black. I use in for my eyebrows, and then I used as a lip liner. So now you got multiple ways you can use these products, and for $1 that works, and it beats the hassle of trying to find different products to use in the morning if you're getting ready for work or whatever. You got one product that you can use multiple ways. Yeah, they just added some blackness to my eye. I need to find the top. I don't know where the top is. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to sit down today to do a very affordable look using dollar products, $1.88 products, any product I used that was outside of $5 was because I needed it. I needed it. I needed my Pro Matte filter powder to make this look work for me. I needed it. So yeah, so drop down and let me know if you've ever tried Shop Miss A products. Have you ever, what are your favorite like very affordable products that, oh, it's $1 but I can make it work, you know what I mean? I love products like that. So yeah. And I'm out of here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.